Are you telling me Bring Me the Horizon is making this counter blessing style music again? I just watched their very recent single that's called DEHUMANIZED, and from the very first moment that I saw some of the clips of the video, I said to myself, this is gonna be heavy, like this is gonna be really crazy. And I noticed this was happening because they are remaking their very first album that's called Count Your Blessings, that was launched back in 2006. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying this is a bad song. It's just that it's not the kind of music that I'm used to listen by Bring Me the Horizon, because I started to listen to them back in 2017 when they released their Sempiternal album, and then from that moment on I kept on listening to them, and then I listened to That's the Spirit, and I listened to Amo, which is I think the least favorite album in their career by their fans. And then when they released their Posthuman Survival Horror, I really liked that one because they were mixing different kinds of music, and they were mixing different sounds. I really liked that one. And then when they released the second part of that kind of series, that's the Posthuman Next Gen, I was not much into that album. This is why when they visited Mexico City in 2024, I decided not to go to their concert, because I said this is not the kind of music that I'm, like if they were performing the previous Posthuman Next Gen, I was gonna go. But since I didn't feel that I was a lot into that Posthuman Next Gen, I said I'm not going. And I regret, because I noticed the visuals and the production and the stages were so cool. And then I started to see the production that they created for every single festival they've been headlining in these 2 years. But this is the reason why. Make sure that I saw them back in 2019 in Guadalajara at a tiny little venue that could fit about 2,000 people, 3,000 people at most. And I said, I paid about 700 pesos, which is about 35 to 45 US, which is nothing. And when I wanted to see them at the Madison Square Garden, I noticed that all the tickets were on resale. And I said, I'm not gonna pay 500 US for a band that I paid 45. And I understand how much they've grown up and how much they've evolved and how much they have changed their music to nowadays. But I said that was crazy, and I really regret not going to that one in Mexico City, because later on I noticed the production and the visuals and the lighting, and that Oliver was making a pretty cool pretty cool show. And the style that Oliver had on, like long hair, like very emo looking, and then the outfits, I really like that. And because when I went to the concert for the first time in Guadalajara in 2019, he came out on stage like with shorts and with a sleeveless shirt and with like a very short hair, blue dyed. And I said, what's going on with him? And when I noticed he was playing with this emo looking outfit, I said, I really need to go. But I didn't want to pay about 500, 700 US for going to the Madison Square Garden, New York last May. And so now, June 25th, they've released their Dehumanized single that's going to be part of the Count Your Blessings remaking. And this is just so crazy. Don't get me wrong, I was saying that I'm thankful that I know the band much more than I used to know it when I started to listen to them when they released the Sempiternal album. And I am glad that they are going a little back to their origin, to their musical style, so that I can, or so that new fans that started to listen to the band later, like me, can be able, to know their previous style, like from Count Your Blessings through Sempiternal. That was the moment when I first started to listen to them. And well, we'll see what Oliver Sykes is planning to keep on going with this. We'll see what's coming out with the Count Your Blessings remaking. And in the meantime, I'm gonna get to listen to this album, and I'm gonna tell you how I like it, and I'm gonna tell you how it works. The song "Dehumanized" is complex song. It's got a very different sound to what I'm used to by the band, and it was a little hard for me to understand the song at the first listen, but I'm gonna keep on trying, and I will not try to like it, but I will try to to make it part of my playlist, because I guess there's so many people that are really happy, that are raving about Oliver Sykes and Bring Me the Horizon getting back to its origin, to its deathcore origin, but I'm not. So, well, I'm gonna get down to listen to that Count Your Blessings album, and I'm gonna tell you how I like it. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you've liked this video, and well, push the button to subscribe, go to my TikTok, I got a lot of musical content, and go to my Instagram as well, that's right here. And well, let me know in the comments how you like this new single by Bring Me the Horizon band.